announcement has been paid for by the nWBro's podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blade, Big Kev, and California. It's the nWBro's podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the nWBro's podcast here for episode 19. Hogan Must Pose. I'm one of your hosts here, California. A joy to be with you all once again. And of course, speaking of a joy, one of these co-hosts here with me right here, right now, he's feeling a lot of joy because it's his holidays from work. Blade, how you going?
Yeah, good. And what a way landing in the middle of week one, but to record a podcast with my fellow bros. I'm looking forward to getting back on the saddle again and talking about all things NWO.
That's sweet, bro. Too sweet. And speaking of too sweet, the one and only Big Kev is with us. What's going on, Big Sexy Kevin Curran?
What's going on, man? It looks like me and you had a bit of technical issues to start the night, so we're hoping that's it, and we're ready to roll.
Mate, when you have ADHD, technical issues can be like make or break for one's evening. But anyway, let's move forward here, and we once again, before we dig into these episodes of Nitro and Saturday Night from late October to early November '96. We're going with the favorite Roddy Piper moment to get to know the nWBro's. Big Kev, what's your moment?
I'm gonna have to go. The match at WrestleMania 1 is my favorite Piper because that's my first exposure to him. Was
Really?
Watching that. Yeah, I think it was back in the day, hiring it out, and because I only saw very, very little. I think maybe I watched WrestleMania 3 is the very first one I started watching as a kid. So I would go back, and then when I seen Piper in that mixed tag match, I sort of, yeah. Well, there's also a lot of matches. Another one I can't even remember what it was, but it was just on a Coliseum video. It was like a cage match he had. I can't even remember who it was, but that was a great match too. But I have to go back to the very, very first one I sort of exposed of Roddy Piper, and that's WrestleMania 1 match.
Excellent. How about you, Blake?
I know I'm going to go off tangent a bit with the moment, but I think I want to go with Piper's Pit as a whole, like just as an experience, because often imitated but never replicated. Just like such a vehicle for good storytelling and so many famous moments that happened in there. I was just watching some of it back after we talked about, and like when he throws Snooker like fully through the set and it all collapses. I love that visual. It sticks in my mind. So yeah, Piper's Pit is going to be my pick.
Right, yeah. When Snooker goes through the set, like it looks like it really hurts.
Yeah.
My favorite Roddy Piper moment is, I believe, 1999, early 1999. He faced Bret Hart in an impromptu United States Championship match, and it's okay that I spoil Blade about this because this has nothing to do with the NWO. But Piper got the surprise victory on Nitro against Bret, and he won the US title. And I remember for the longest time that was my favorite match because just the crowd reaction, the eruption. I remember watching it for the first time the week that it happened, and I just remember it blew my mind, and I thought it was so cool that the old boy was able to win the championship at that stage of his career. So anyway, let's move forward here, guys. Hogan Must Pose, episode 19, nWBro's. October 28th, 1996 is the episode we're looking at first here. It's obviously the show that takes place after Halloween Havoc 1996. American West Arena, Phoenix, Arizona. 6,300 fans. Quick fun fact. They had many name changes of the arena, and it sometimes caused confusion / amusement. It was America West Arena, then the US Airways Center, then the Talking Stick Resort Arena, then the Phoenix Suns Arena, then the Footprint Center, and now it's the PHX Arena. I do believe I think maybe the Footprint Center was the Talking Stick Resort Arena, whatever, one or the other. There's like another venue in the same like kind of vicinity city that has the same name. So people would often get confused and go to the wrong place.
Bloody hell.
Anyway, boys, let's get to the ratings. So the prior week, so the go home show for Halloween Havoc, Nitro did a 3.2, Raw did a 2.6. This week, though, for October 28th, Nitro did a 3.6 and Raw did a 2.0. They're still on a roll at the moment here at WCW. Tony and Larry, of course, once again opening the show here. Immediately, though, I've got to go to a quick Tony Schiavoneism.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. It's time for another Tony Schiavoneism, yeah.
He said 1 day removed from the most shocking event in WCW history. That's great stuff. But yes, Tony and Larry opening the show here. Blade, I'm going to you here first and foremost. What did you think of the opening of the show here?
Yeah, pretty standard recap. I think the thing I enjoyed most was just a little bit of a dig from Larry here, saying that offhandedly, Piper's movies are better than Hogan's. And I'm going to be honest, he's not lying.
That's true.
I think this did a good job of just, and these two do a great job, I think, every week of just like bringing us back to the events of the weeks prior, and sort of putting a nice little capstone in the beginning.
Very good. And before we get to Big Kev's thoughts, I think I'm going to have to go for ask for a Blade fashion tip right now.
When you are around, all things just keep getting better.
Blade,
I got one for later too.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Fashion tips coming our way. I just wondering, Blade, what you thought of Larry wearing a Superman shirt.
Loved it. I actually had it in my notes, and I thought I'd bypass it. Love it. That's a tick from me.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay, Kev, any thoughts on the opening here of the show?
Blade, did you like the line, the stench of the New World Order? Did you like that?
I had that in my notes as well. Yeah, again, it's just every time they keep going back to the well. I don't know why, but I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe.
Well, get used to it because I think Larry says it forever. So yeah, they cover Piper's debut, etc. here. Then we get Juventud Guerrera versus William Regal. Juvi and Regal. It's the first time they ever have a match. I don't know if I put the whole match there. It's just there's certain points here where Sting shows up in the rafters, Syxx talks on the microphone, etc. And there's obviously a lot of back and forth on commentary about Sting. Before I throw it to Kev, after Regal beat Luger for the television title, which was weeks ago, he wrestled in the UK on the ASW Lord Steven Regal World Tour, and then he did a tour of New Japan Pro Wrestling for most of October. So that's where he's been. So Big Kev, thoughts on this matchup and the kind of interruptions with the stories going on?
You actually forgot that Regal had that title. I think Regal's probably hoping that the NWO forget he has that title too, because I'm thinking to myself, who's coming for that soon? Because that seems to be the message that the announce team's sort of putting across, like they're starting to take all these titles and get more power. So Regal seems to be flying under the radar, and he's so I'm just waiting for someone to come after him.
Probably why he went on this a couple months.
I'm going to go over here for a bit. Smart. It's good.
Yeah.
So Sting's looking on in the crowd for this match too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sting has a shirt on. I can't really read it properly. It's like FX Studios or something. And I try to Google what this is, and the FX Studios I could find wasn't this. So I don't really know I wanted to know what that shirt he was wearing was, but I couldn't find out.
Damn, bro. Damn. Anything else to follow up on that?
No, that was pretty much it. We had was it Regal tapped out Hoovy, didn't he?
Yep, in 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Blade, any concise thoughts here?
Um, yeah, I just thought it was. um, sorry, I'm just trying to read through my notes here. Um, I thought it was interesting, like seeing Regal and Juice, and we didn't get to see the full match, and I was kind of like, I wish we had gotten to see it because everything we've seen with Hoovy so far feels like a bit of a car crash, to be honest. Um, but yeah, and like even at the end of the match, I was like, oh my God, like he fully flubs the ending and needs to reposition Regal, which was super awkward. Um, I kind of just like that they're selling the whole like lost soul narrative of Sting. Like they keep that going. I think Larry compares him to being a bit of a yin and yang at the moment, which again, I think, the black-white representation is very cool. Um, but yeah, I think actually like for me, and obviously hindsight being a wonderful thing, but like I think the Sting part of it at the moment is quite interesting. Like I think if I'd watched this back in the day, it probably would have been the thing I was maybe the most invested in. Because yeah, it's just very interesting to see like quite a colorful character become kind of like this very sort of like mute, removed, silent presence at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and also at the same time, like, we kind of know where things go, but for a fan back then, they'd be like wondering what side is he going to choose. He's clearly observing what's going on and he's going to make a decision based on that. So I think that's quite compelling as well. I did
Syxx
laugh.
Interrupts, doesn't he? This match.
He does,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he interrupts. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I laughed at. I thought it was so rude that he would just start talking on the microphone when people are trying to wrestle. And he tries to kind of coax Sting into being in the NWO. One thing I was a little surprised by, Larry Zbyszko calling Sting a pathetic looking man. It kind of annoyed me that he said that. Sting's...
Because for weeks they're all kissing his ass for a while. They're like,
Don't you want him
come back and blister?
Yeah.
Just like...
It's not going to help. By the way, when I asked Blade for his concise thoughts, I meant to say the word astute. I just wanted to. Concise sounds like
I want you to be brief, just really, really brief.
After I said, I was like, actually, that sounds really rude. Like Blade, just hurry it up. And the other thing that I found funny is that Tony was waiting to interview Lord Steven Regal after the match. But then Tony said that we had to go to a commercial break. So we went to a commercial break, and he said, we'll hopefully get some words with Steven Regal after we get back from commercial. And then Regal never got interviewed. I just thought that was funny. I don't know what happened there, but maybe some of the usual chaos in WCW. Oh, we've got to go to commercial. So, okay, next segment here. Diamond Dallas Page, we get like halfway through this matchup, him with Mean Mike Enos. And of course, we have some, again, a thread here with the outsiders getting involved here. And again, everyone out there, we are skimming through these episodes now. We're not going through every single little fucking thing. Blade, thoughts?
I really wish they would change the tag titles. Those belts look so ridiculous on those guys. Like they're so big. Like the two of the bigger individuals, and like the belts look like they're kids' toy belts,
like pocket watches or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Watch.
I thought it was cool. I like the idea of them going after DDP. And I got to admit, I popped when Nash threw up the diamond.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too, the way he was holding it.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like this, and I'm curious to see where it goes and like for how long and in what manner they pursue him. So yeah, I thought it was cool and interesting to see Mike Enos get a singles match on Nitro.
Yeah. Kev, thoughts?
So yeah, they're obviously trying to recruit Page in this match. I'm going to give some props to Enos. I think he has got awesome like reverse neck breaker. It just looks so cool. Also, his like scoop power slam. He does it well when he gets him up in the air. It's kind of like it like time stands still, and then he comes down. It just looks wicked. I think he's a really good wrestler, and I wish he had a bit more of a run of some sort of storyline or character. I think he's quite good. Larry was up to like the third time saying Oda again, so he's just saying it all night. I think he has 5 times, and I really popped in this one because you can see AC Green from the Phoenix Suns from the from the '90s basketball. If you're a fan of basketball, you'd know who he is. So he's got an NWO shirt, and he's really excited to be there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, we had a little bit of a recruitment going on here from the outsiders.
Yes. So, this is the beginning of I guess, another one of these angles where they're starting to try and recruit. To follow up on Kev's, again, glowing review of Mike Enos, I'm feeling like Mike Enos is to Kev what Dean Malenko is to Blade. I'm starting to feel that now.
I mean, there's a bunch of guys on the roster. I'm just like, especially later on in the show, like Ice Train has a great match. Like he was really good in his one, and poor High Voltage as well. I hate seeing like ones like this with so much talent, and compared to what they look like compared to a lot of the guys now, it's like, man, these guys would have been killing it right now.
See what Kev's doing here. He's trying to deflect and talk about other people, so it doesn't become a thing every time Mike Enos' name comes up. I'm just kidding around, but yes, I think Enos is the definition of a solid hand. He always makes everyone look good, and he always ends up looking good. But you always wonder why a guy like that doesn't seem to kind of get ahead. Who knows? But match ended in 4 minutes 37 seconds, and DDP is on a roll, baby. He's on a roll. Quick kind of sidebar here, guys. It's crazy seeing how normal the crowd is. They pan the crowd. It's regular people, man. Adults, old people, people in collared shirts, college guys, chicks, like kids. There's a whole plethora of different people. Have you seen them? Have you seen the way that they pan an AEW crowd in comparison? I mean, you can really smell them through the screen when they pan an AEW crowd. But did you hear the story the other day about the couple that were relocated to different seats because the stench of one of those mutants was unbearable? Like, they actually asked to be moved to worse seats to get away from the smell. I think there needs to be a rule. If you stink that bad, we're in an arena where there's a sports team. They got showers. They should be forced to go have a shower. I know it's probably a bit an annoying thing, but we're in public, people. And if you stink that bad, then you should have to do something about it, and people shouldn't have to suffer being either around you or having to move away from you. You smelly fuck. Anyway, good to see some nice normal human beings in a crowd at a wrestling show. You can only do that when you look back in the day. Isn't that right? Anyway, let's move forward, boys. Jim Powers, yes. Jim Powers with Teddy Long taking on Dean Malenko. I do believe I cut most of the match out except for what happened at the end. I do believe, though, before the match began, Tony said Malenko has his work cut out for him, and I was like, how? Like,
Nick Patrick's refereeing. It's all good. Don't worry about
it. Plus, it's Jim Powers. Okay. Anyway, I also laughed at Larry Zbyszko getting pissed off at AC Green for wearing an NWO shirt. Kev, do you have anything to follow up here?
I don't know. I can't help but get excited when I see who's in the match. I'm like, oh, Jim Powers, wicked. I know what's happening. I can't see who the referee is. I know who the referee is going to be. It's Nick Patrick. Long is already in Patrick's face before the match has even started. He's like trying to keep him in check. Make sure you see what's going on here today. We had another pretty good scoop power slam from Powers in this match, but I still prefer Enos's one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Long is pissed again, slow counts, missing counts, and yeah, and once again he costs him the win. And then we get the Pep Boys pin of the week. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, Carl, if you've got any info on Pep Boys.
Actually, I do believe I covered Pep Boys some
Did
time
you?
ago. Yeah.
Was that pizza place?
I thought it was a. I don't think it's. I don't know if it's a pizza place. I can't remember now. Pep Boys, yeah, Pep Boys. They're a tire company.
Tire. See, I thought Pep Boys would be
Pep
like
Boys sounds more like pepperoni, like pizza.
Pepperoni
whatever.
Boys. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Tire company. Boring.
Yeah, I completely.
I just thought of the
forgot
Pet Shop Boys, to be honest.
that.
Pep Shop Boys.
Rightio. Well, Blade, do you have anything else that you picked up on here in this segment?
I mean, travesty that we didn't get to see a full Malenko match, but it is what it is. One of my favorites against one of my least favorites. Actually, I don't have anything as Jim Powers. No, I didn't. I mean, it's that ongoing Nick Patrick stuff that I feel like maybe not super relevant for us to cover all the time, but it's a good laugh to break up the NWO stuff. And I mean, I guess he is related in some way. So you know what? Like it's fine. It makes me laugh, and it breaks up the other stuff.
We got it a couple more times. So
Well, this is the thing. Like, it's happening more than once a week, and he's still refereeing Teddy Long's fucking guys.
We need to rebrand the podcast, I think. The nWBro's and Nick Patrick podcast. I don't know. That's a working title.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll keep that under advisement. The Nick World Order podcast. So yeah, other things that I've kind of noticed here: Tony Schiavone getting upset again, also at AC Green, and blames on Charles Barkley leaving the Phoenix Suns. We also had Psychosis come out to watch the match from the stage. That's not very interesting of a tidbit there. But I thought that they haven't made enough of a big deal about Nick Patrick's inability to make the 3 count at Halloween Havoc. It seems like they kind of, that's a big moment. Like Savage had him beat. And another thing it's obvious here is that they barely even mentioned Randy Savage on this episode. Coming up next, Ricky Morton, Jeff Jarrett. I'm pretty sure, again, I cut out most of this match. But this is more about the Giant and Jarrett's kind of angle here, continuing. Blade.
Yeah.
I thought you might have come up. There's a few things that he said here that I thought would have just been like, hang on a minute. Oh, I don't know if Blade's going to like that.
Yeah, so the Jarrett wins. We get the Giant. He drops the big bad wolf shtick. Immediately, like, this is kind of in that realm of like suffering succotash quality shit. Like, it's just real corny. I don't like it. Giant's voice breaks during the promo. Always awkward when that happens for him. I'm like, dude, it takes me back to being like 13 years old in high school.
Isn't he 23 though?
Yeah. I think it's just because his voice is so deep, right? And it's like so throaty. I thought this was a terrible promo, actually, from Giant. It was very plodding. He was very monotonous, like not a lot of inflection. Things I've said, I think, before. I think he has shown that he can deliver good quality promos, but I think just like his average promos are not very good. And I felt like this was quite an average promo from him. Double J challenges him to come down, and then Tony is just like, oh, I think he just left, like typical NWO style. Like, I don't know if that was planned for Giant to leave, but he's just gone. Cool, I guess, whatever. I thought Jarrett was also really average here. He's kind of repeating the same points that he's been making now for, what, a month plus.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting very, very tiring. And I think, like, he actually stumbled a couple of times here. With just like his fluidity while he was speaking. So yeah, not the best segment, I'll be honest, boys.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
bit
okay
janky.
because Jarrett cut the same promo on several
Oh
episodes
God,
of
yes,
television in the
yeah.
next couple of weeks, so he had enough practice to finally maybe get it right by the end. Fuck me. Big Kev, anything here? And did you like, that the giant can huff and puff and he can blow Nitro down?
Yeah. Um, a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
Blade said was pretty simple to me. I think, yeah, him going back to these nursery rhyme sort of phrases or whatever
Yeah,
he
what's he
were
fucking
using.
doing?
No, it's almost like there's someone backstage in his ear when he's left to his own devices to do a promo. He seems to be quite good, or when he avoids that kind of stuff. And it's almost like someone tells him, "No, you go back. You use those lines. That's really good." Him being probably so young just says it, and it does suck when you can see how good he is. Like what Blade said, he can cut a really good promo. But yeah,
Yeah.
here wasn't good. He said he's a lean, mean fighting machine. Did you like that, that Blade?
Just like, man, just hitting
Fucking
all
hell.
those cliches.
Might as well call
And
himself the master of disaster as well. You know?
then after that, then we had Jarrett, and then like they're trying to someone's trying to reel him in or something to cut it off. He got an ad break, and he's just like, don't tell me to stop. And then he keeps going, but he's fumbling around. He just almost like his brain's not catching up to what he's saying, and it's just he's trying to find the promo, and it's not good. Actually, he really started to piss me off, to be honest with you.
He pissed you off.
No, not here. He's starting to get me, but towards the end of this footage, he starts to really annoy me. Like I'm like,
Like you're
fucking
you're feeling your
stop.
fist clench.
100%.
And I like Jarrett, but like this repeating promo, like he tries to say the same thing over, but in a different way, but not really. Yeah, I was starting to grind my gears a bit. Like far out.
Well, but at least you're aware. I'm sure you'd be aware that he's the smartest wrestler in the world.
Yeah, but I'll give him a due. There was no ho ho ho's here.
Yeah, no ho hos or ha
He
ha's
was, no,
on any
he
of the
didn't.
footage.
But still, I was annoyed by it. So
One thing I did have written down here that the Giants said, they didn't pass you a torch, they passed you a wet match. And I wrote
What?
amazingly shit line. And the other thing, Jarrett wants WCW to unite. He's putting himself up literally to be the leader of WCW. It's like, bro, you've been.
Oh, really? Did he say that? Did he?
Yeah,
I haven't heard him
weeks
say that
time.
before.
Yeah, fucking get fucked, bro. You haven't even been there like more than 2 months, and you want to be the leader of WCW. Get out of town. High Voltage, the amazing French Canadians. Before I throw it to you, Big Kev, High Voltage's theme song is terrible. What did you think of what happened here and the Nasty Boys?
Okay.
They're the boys.
So I'm not happy with amazing French Canadians pretty much just coming into the company and then High Voltage down the pecking order, then slotted ahead of them. It's like, come on, man, give these guys something. Nah, nothing. Then Syxx comes out, and then they're obviously pissed at Hogan for what he done. They say they don't need to belong. I guess they're trying to put themselves in with Sting and who else did they mention again? Someone else. They're trying to I don't know. They're outsiders, I guess. They're not. They don't belong to anyone, sort of thing now.
Yeah.
And then back to the same old shtick of not. We're born nasty. We're nasty before the NWO was anything. We're nasty before WCW was anything. And yeah, so back to they're just nasty. And yeah, so they're insinuating Hogan's got the knife in their back, and yeah, they're just nasty.
Well, our episode of WCW Flashback where we look at Bash at the Beach 95 is still not out yet, Kev. It will be coming out in a few days after we've recorded this. But even then we were complaining about them going on about being nasty and nasty
God.
business and that's Bash at the Beach 95. This shtick's been going on for a little bit too long here. But anyway, Blade, what did you think of the Nasty Boys getting involved here, beating up everyone and then getting on the mic?
Yeah, I mean, I do think it was cool. I liked it that it allowed them to get their heat back a little bit, obviously, after they took a beating from the NWO, a couple of weeks prior. But yeah, I mean, calling out the outsiders, I'm assuming they may be lining them up for a tag title shot. If so, I mean, cool. I'm guessing that they're going to get fed to the outsiders. But like, yeah, yes, they're back to hitting those same talking points that initially made me not like them in the first place. So I'm curious to see where they go. Like I said, I've come around on them recently. Mostly, I think, because of us just laughing at their shit. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have high hopes.
Well, perhaps this is why they've got a bad reputation. I really like the great double team work from the French Canadians. I loved the part where, oh God, did PCO have Kenny Chaos in a power bomb and Jacques Rougeau with a jumping French Canadian dick to the face. Did you guys see that bit? That was that looked like a really painful kind of move to take. But you know, they get in the ring. Sags has the mic, and I'm like, oh no, Sags has the mic. Thankfully, he made at least some sense. But again, not really sure about. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of people here that are angry at Hogan, but it feels like they never really crossed paths with him physically again after all of that happened. So, anywho, perhaps you're onto something there, Blade, with them going for the tag titles. After this, Ray Jr. beat Jimmy Graffiti, which was not in the footage I showed you guys. Lee Marshall on the road in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He cracks his first weasel joke towards Bobby Heenan. This is a running theme forever. So I believe that's the first time. But I wanted some astute thoughts here on what you guys think of Lee Marshall holding a telephone to his ear in the picture.
It's very dated, isn't it?
There's something about that I really
like
get a
it.
kick out of.
I do dig it though.
With the cord that's like a pig's tail. Right. And a piece of footage that I accidentally must have cut out. They're selling an NWO hat for $15.
Cheap.
Okay, my favorite part of this episode of Nitro, probably the whole thing. AC Green is seen in the crowd and he's yelling at someone in the ring. What was your reaction, guys, when they finally cut to who he was talking to, and it was Nick Patrick's fucking grumpy face pointing at him, telling him what he thought of him? Blade, did you have a good chuckle at that?
I pissed myself laughing. Also, does AC Green at some point call it the NWA?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah,
And I was like, oh my god.
Moments after saying NWO.
Yeah. He's wearing the shirt, dude. Just look down. Shit.
What did you think, Kev, when you saw that happen?
man, AC Green was all over this episode. Eh?
He was.
Little cameos. I liked it. Actually, because I forgot all about him, because it's been so many years since he's been retired. But then I was like, oh hell, that's awesome. AC Green's here.
Excellent stuff. I knew that you both probably get a bit of a kick out of the NBA guy just all over it. But like, man, back then, like all the athletes would always go into the shows. You'd have a whole row of like the Atlanta. What are they called? Who Goldberg played for?
The Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons. Yeah, we have a whole row of them, like the Tennessee Titans, etc. Anyway, I did leave some adverts in here for you guys, just so you can see kind of like the lay of what the world was like at that time, and some of the toys that were being sold. The electronic karate fighters. Electronic karate fighters. They were basically like Rock'em Sock'em robots for the 90s. I found a funny quote from somebody about the electronic karate fighters. From thisischris.com, The guy said the very, very best thing about the electronic karate fighters, though, was the fact that when they started to run low on batteries, they will periodically and randomly yell out their death cry at full volume. This is especially cool if you're in college and you live with a rather jumpy roommate, and your samurai ninja that you've accidentally left beside your roommate's bed decides to let out a blood-curdling scream in the middle of the night when your roommate is fast asleep. I love that.
Brilliant.
I thought that was great. And another one. This this story really annoyed me. About Hot Shot Basketball. Pizza Sauce 85 on Reddit said, I wanted one so bad. My mum was so excited when I opened my gift that Christmas. It was some cheesy game though where you had to bounce a quarter to try and get it in the hoop. I wanted to cry because she had hinted that he was getting Hot Shot Basketball. She kept trying to sell me on the quarter one being so much better and more fun. It wasn't. And no, it wasn't because of the cost. The game that you have with the quarter was actually more expensive than Hot Shot Basketball. My mum was just one of the people that have a thing against getting you what you actually asked for and instead go with something similar, but not it. Why would you do that to your kid? That's so annoying. Like, just getting the thing he asked for. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Poor Pizza Sauce 85.
What's his mum's favorite song?
I don't know what.
You can't always get what you want.
Ugh.
That's a dad joke right there.
Yeah. And you are a dad, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we got Ice Sport, the scent of exhilaration. Harry and the Hendersons is being promoted. The films Seven and Sergeant Bilko, and of course Valvoline. You know what I mean. We get back to Nitro, and of course we miss all of Eddie versus Chris Benoit because it doesn't involve the NWO. But we see that Benoit won thanks to Mongo hitting Eddie in the ribs with the Halliburton. But then we cut to this next segment here.
Didn't Eddie last episode we did, he broke his ribs?
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand why he was wrestling on Nitro if he broke his rib in the match with DDP Havoc.
Because I'm telling you, I got an elbow to the ribs right now. It's kind of on like 6 weeks ago in basketball, and I'm still like it's still painful. Like my mind's not even broken, and it was.
He
like,
didn't even break
just
a rib, yeah.
Just bruising of the ribs and the cartilage. It's like it's still. I actually looked up today. I'm like, should I be concerned it's still this sore? And it's like 12 weeks it can take. So if he's broke his ribs, I can't imagine how the hell he's wrestling. It's
Well, it was the 90s. It was pro wrestling in the 90s. They did a lot of things that helped.
Wrap it up. Yeah. Even
He's
then,
on the
man,
he's on the
it's-
perkies.
That's crazy to me.
How scary is that you can actually get rid of that whole kind of pain with something like that? Anyway, Nick Patrick is with Tony Schiavone, and his lawyer, Alan Sharp, is the lawyer's name. And Jericho interrupts here. Blade, thoughts on this segment here?
Yeah, I was Alan Sharp. First of all, very punchable face and tone of voice.
I said-
Like
I said
such
the
a great
same note.
character work. I love that. Very well played. Interesting to see Jericho come down here. Fashion tips for me: wild seeing Jericho in a polo shirt with some slacks. What is going on? Absolutely wild. I just thought this was funny that it's like such a chaotic segment, and then you've got Teddy Long also just like comes down the rampway, and puts in his 2 cents, calls Nick Patrick a scam artist, telling him if he didn't have a degree, he'd be standing on the street corner with a squeegee asking for change. I was like, do refs have degrees? Did he go to ref college for that? Yeah, I loved Alan Sharp in this. I thought he was the standout of the segment just because I'm like, oh, yeah, this guy like is perfect for Nick Patrick. It's like, you've got one punchable head. Now you want to see like 2 people get hit. It's perfect.
I was trying to find out who he was, but there was nothing about him. He has his own IMDb profile, but the only things that he's got credit for is 2 episodes of Monday Nitro from 1996. So I don't know. Kev, obviously this was where you were going to you were going to ask for a fashion tip. Was that?
Yeah, and Blade
Yep.
Blade had it. So yeah, pretty much everything Blade said as in my notes. I said like this dude playing this role as the lawyer is he's such a fucking asshole. You just want to punch him in the fucking nose. What a prick. And I like his. I think my favorite line from him was, yeah, I know what I think. You know what you call that? Slander. Like you fucking you
little
wanker. You're like, oh. But yeah, so it's good to see Chris Jericho's got something to do now instead of
Yeah, they're trying to make him interesting.
and he's trying to get the crowd behind him as well. He's still pandering a little bit, but it's good to see him actually having a role.
Yeah,
Seems to be it's like a little small little window of for him in the show to showcase what he can do.
yeah, yeah. Good.
And with
I
that
think he's-
clothing afterwards, he was probably going golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think we were kind of complaining early on when he first showed up that like they weren't doing anything with him and it was just kind of just matches or whatever. But there you go. Now he's shown some personality. Anyway, Booker T, Lex Luger in the next matchup. I was thinking like I was wondering at the beginning of this, where is Lex going next? Where are Harlem Heat going next? We have an issue here with Sting being seen by Lex during the match. Kev, what did you think here?
Yeah, we just got to setting up that Sting Luger dynamic here. I mean, Sting leaves and then Luger just chases them, try to find them, and then that's basically a count out win for Booker. Yeah, so yeah, just sort of setting up that with looks like Sting's still got an issue with Luger, the way he was looking at him. Yeah,
Surely Lex knows where Sting lives.
yeah, he could probably got his number too, right? Don't they own a Gold's Gym together?
Yeah,
Interesting, that, right?
yeah, it's just strange. I thought maybe he might have figured it out at this point that you don't have to just wait until you're in a different town, in the middle of a wrestling match too, to go try and talk to him. You can maybe, I don't know. Like, don't you've been friends for years? Don't you know like family members of his or his mom? I don't know.
Hey, Carl, it's wrestling.
Just taking it way too seriously.
Yeah.
Blade, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that Lex just bails on the match. It's sort of like, I don't know if it undermines the credibility of like wrestling being competitive, but it's such a funny thing to be like, he's seen Sting in the crowd and then he's just like, nope, I don't care about the match anymore. I must talk to Sting right now. And he's off, lumbering like the meathead that he is through the crowd. I just, yeah, I thought it was very funny. It made me laugh. Not that I think it's meant to be funny, but I chuckled nonetheless.
Let's move forward. But I like that they're still paying attention to Lex, not still wanting to make amends with Sting, and Sting's just still very upset with him. Eric, Bobby, and Mike are here talking about. Eric's talking about Roddy Piper at Halloween Havoc, and that they gave him 5 minutes to say what he wanted to say, and they show the replay of it. I don't know. Blade, do you have anything to say here for this?
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be much from any of us on that. Kev, anything?
Yeah, because Bischoff's not on the show in this one, is he? Is it
Yeah.
this one or the next one?
The next one
he's
is
like-
not a. Yeah,
Okay,
he's not-
sorry, yeah. So yeah, he's going to address Piper and try to sort of get this match happening. That's kind of like Bischoff's role, I guess, at the moment. But yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
have much to say.
Cool. Well, okay. Here comes the end of the October 28th Nitro. The NWO make their entrance. Well, it's just Hogan and Ted, I think. I can't remember who else was. If anyone was out there with him, but
Giant and Vincent were there
Vince.
as well.
Okay, Vincent earning a paycheck. Earning his paycheck. That's good.
Security.
Blade, what did you think of the end of the show here? Hogan kind of running down March show, talking about Piper, and Ted gives Hogan the floor. What did you think?
Yeah, I guess it gives Hogan the opportunity to breathe and really stretch his wings in this sort of. I feel like he kind of keeps leveling up bit by bit, and I think this is really great, and I love with the flexing stuff at the end. Like it feels like initially how he said he was sort of leaning into some of his old shtick at the very beginning as he was trying to find his feet. I like that he's kind of circling it back to it now, but in like a mocking sort of way. He's sending up like what he used to do and making it quite like making like quite an overt display of it. So yeah, I enjoyed this. Sort of like Hogan getting his cake and eating it too a little bit. Which I think we need.
Yep, and he's going to take real good care of Miss Elizabeth for Savage Blade.
And he does this as well.
Yeah,
Oh, did
so
he?
creepy.
Yeah.
Pig.
Fuck off.
Big Kev, anything here?
I liked Hogan sort of strutting to the ring with the music. I think it made me laugh. It was pretty funny the way he was just sort of strutting away with the music.
He's so happy.
AC Green's shown it here again, but he's losing at this time. He must be a big Hogan fan. So yeah, Hogan again uses the Nacho Man. And he insinuates Macho has a small penis by saying he has a small little Slim Jim. Is that what he said?
Really? I forgot that.
Yeah, obviously,
Nice.
yeah, he's just going to take real good care of Elizabeth, and he's pretty, it's very sleazy and yeah, pretty horrible.
Brilliant.
And just yeah, he's just baiting Piper for a match at the moment. Yeah, he's got a mini skirt on or something.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, and then
it's a kilt.
yeah. And then DiBiase sort of sets up Hogan to do the flexing, all that stuff. I thought it was a little bit of an anticlimactic way to end the show for myself. I was a bit like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a little strange too.
Yeah,
But
it seemed like it's a normal segment that we would have in the middle, but not a. Usually that we've seen so many strong endings to the show. This one was a bit more of a.
Yeah, I think maybe they're just trying to I don't know, it probably gets to a point where you've kind of done almost every idea you think you can do. You don't want to maybe they've got a whole plethora of different ideas of ways to finish a show, but they don't want to blow their load too early and use all those ideas up straight away. Who knows? That's just me kind of guessing, but
seems they're doing a lot of that of interviews in the crowd now. That seems to be a thing they've sort of started doing in the last little bit too. So
yeah,
different angle, not in the ring, backstage. It's always something new.
yeah,
So I appreciate that. It makes the show not so stale.
yeah. And Kev, I don't know if you noticed, but Hogan called himself the John Wayne of the 90s at the beginning of the promo. And I'm like, I didn't realize how often John Wayne was being talked, he's always been referenced to. When was his last film? Wasn't he a Western film actor from
the hero,
50s or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I found I find it to be a reference that's it seems like it should be quite dated at that point. Anyway, let's move on from this Nitro. And just for those playing at home, Lex Luger beat the Giant in a dark match after the Hogan segment, I guess, because maybe they didn't want the crowd to go home from
Double duty for Lex.
Yeah, strange. WCW main event, guys. I threw some stuff from main event on here because there were two Tony Schiavone-isms.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. It's time for another Tony Schiavone-ism, yeah.
The biggest moment in pro wrestling history. And the result was something that will never be forgotten. I like that. And I also threw in there just because we talked about these two quite a bit. Roadblock taking on Ron Studd. Kev, how did you feel about the two big boys here? The battle of the guys that lose before people face the Giant.
Yeah. Blade, how do you feel like he left this match in, but he cut the Malenko match? cut the Benoit and Eddie match, but he left this one in. What do you think about that?
Goes back to our last podcast where I was talking about the advertisements, just fucking wasting our time. Has zero respect for our time.
Excuse me, it's Roadblock. He's my friend.
No, I actually like wanted a visual. Ron Studd is fucking huge.
I thought the same
Like,
thing. I thought, wow,
such a tall dude. Like, and next to Roadblock, who obviously also doesn't seem like a small guy. I was just like, holy shit. Do you know how tall Ron Studd is? He's got to be over 7 foot, I would imagine.
I think he's taller than the Giant, isn't he?
I think he was
Yeah.
7'2", judging by WCW the game, what you call Revenge. I think it was 7'2".
I accidentally typed Rod Stud. Why are you telling me 2.19 meters? What is that in 7'2"?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah. Nice.
7'2".
Kev with the recall.
I played that game a lot.
Nerd. Like,
But yeah, Stud gets up for a massive drop kick.
yeah.
Very, very impressive. The vertical suplex he nails on Roadblock looked like an absolute struggle. Imagine trying to get Roadblock like up and over. He looked like he sandbagged the shit out of that. It looks like Rod has just like actually lift.
Did any of you guys spot this when I think it was when Roadblock or Stud was coming down the aisle? There was a guy in the crowd who had a mask on, and the tassels and everything. He actually looked like a wrestler in the crowd. I was like, but they kind of zoomed into him a little bit too. I was like, who's that guy?
I didn't notice
But it was like it was a pretty impressive like outfit he had on.
Really?
It was like crazy.
Anyway, I just wanted you guys to see who was going to win between these two because they both lose to people that face the Giant. But Ron Studd beat Roadblock. I was very disappointed. I wanted Roadblock to win. He's a fresh new guy, you know. Ron's copped a loss to a few people now. He's only beaten Chavo. Fuck me. Anyway. WCW Saturday Night. No, pretending I really care. WCW Saturday Night, November 2nd, 1996, Rome, Georgia. 2,300 fans in attendance. Dusty and Tony once again recapping to open the show. And we get highlights of the end of John Tenta, who I thought was gone by this point. But he shows up again here. He gets beaten by Jeff with a bulldog.
It's pretty shit. Like, come on.
And Jarrett has an interview. So, Kev, because of that noise, I'm going to you first.
I just put fucking hell. How many promos do you want to give this guy? Like, honestly, it's like we get it. You don't need another one.
Yeah.
This is now. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. Like I'm really getting annoyed by this now.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm leaving it in there, but I feel like I have.
No. Like yeah. He's
Like,
trying
I feel
to,
like you guys have to know how much this is being
give
fucking
you a-
repeated.
I'll just give you a recap. He's going to unite WCW
Oh,
against the NWO. He'll be the leader. If no one else is going to take it, he's going to do it.
right. Okay. Well,
But
thank
yeah,
God for that.
Basically, yeah. Thank God for Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. Thank the Lord. Blade. What do you think of it? I'm throwing it to Blade. I just see the look in his face.
Far off, glazed over look on my eyes.
just
Just want to be anywhere else right now. It's just it. Yeah, you know, sometimes you know, it's like don't talk down to the fans, right? Like, and I feel like it's one of those instances where it's like I understand, like you have a thing that you're trying to reiterate, but like maybe I don't know if it's just a WCW thing at this point because obviously I haven't really watched WWF at this point either, but it's like the Nasty Boys, like Jarrett, Giant with some of this, like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is we have touched on a couple of times all these people, like, the sort of like one speed to like, this is my talking point, this is the thing that I will go back to, and it's kind of like, need some, I mean, Jarrett not so much because he's only been there for a little while, but like some evolution, you know what I mean? Like you can't get by with the same shtick like for such a long time. And I mean, like the rate at which they're doing this with Jarrett at the moment, it's like he doesn't need to say the same thing every fucking show, especially when there's like 4 or 5 weekly shows at this point, and they're doing it on like Nitro, Saturday Night, Main Event. Like, it's Jesus Christ. Did he do it on Pro as well?
I actually think he did do it on Pro.
Fuck's sake. Like, yeah, it's bad. It's too much. Too much. I won't stand for this.
So yeah, also I don't think it was in the footage, but I believe at this point Space Jam was about to be released in cinemas, which is fucking sick. Again, Tony and Dusty. Dusty's just so good. I've learned my lesson now. I'm not going to try and do another Dusty Rhodes impression. I don't think Blade is. Oh, sorry, I don't think Kev is. Sorry, going to do it anymore. Blade, you haven't done one yet, have you? A Dusty Rhodes impression?
No, I mean I'm a bit gun shy after the Arn Anderson choking incident.
Context. Blade choked himself out doing an Arn Anderson impression. He choked himself out quicker than Taz did to opponents in ECW. Pathetic. California and Big Kev pathetically tried Dusty Rhodes impressions. But Kev ended up sounding like a constipated Alex Wright, and California sounded like retarded Tony Soprano. For the love of God, I hope Blade doesn't fuck this up. Don't fuck it up, Blade, or we'll have to get Juicy Boy back in to show you 3 twats up. Fuck me dead. I need to go look at a nice pair of tits to calm down.
To do impressions, to be honest.
I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, Blade. I'm going to put you on the spot, okay? But
Yeah, okay.
Next time I record, if there's a quote from Dusty Rhodes that you like, I want you to see if you can practice and just...
All right, I'll see if I can do it.
It's just so difficult. Okay, let's move forward to something that I can't wait for Blade's thoughts on this here. nWBro's Saturday Night. The Giant takes on Pat Tanaka. And I found this to be so... Okay, he's coming out to Goldberg's theme, but we get the picture of Pat Tanaka. And he's from the Wang Cha-Ching School of Martial Arts, Blade. And he's got the wax on, wax off technique, apparently. And I wanted to quote Kevin Nash here as he was walking to the ring. He said, Pat Sensei, the incredible 7th degree black belt, Om Chow Ang Ang An Ang. He just trailed off into like Japanese sounding type words that aren't actual words. Before I get into the rest of it with some of my other notes, Blade, what were you thinking as this was all taking place?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of some of the other stuff that we've touched on previously. But every time it hits, I'm just like, holy fuck, you could not get away with this on TV today. This would have hit social media so fast and they would have been fucking cancelled. Like, it would have spread like wildfire. Like, but you could get away with it back then. Which is crazy. Honestly crazy. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, God damn it. Like, fuck's sake. The low-hanging fruit.
Do you have anything to by the way, just for people that are unaware, Pat Tanaka's from Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's he got the Yokozuna treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of makes it worse, eh?
Blade, do you have any other thoughts on what happened in this nWBro Saturday Night though?
Oh, there was, so much. I love that Syxx, the ring announcer, has no idea how much Pat Tanaka weighs or where he's from. Nash and Hall on the call. They're doing some of the, I think what you said, there's some like vocal imitation stuff that I was just like, fuck boys, like, again, definitely would not fly today. Then they're making me laugh because they're doing the like golf commentary / like nerdy play-by-play analysis type stuff and putting on voices, which is hilarious. They can be very good when they're riffing off each other. The terrible camera angles, the sound cuts again, they're just very, very funny, and make it feel so incredibly like budget and shithouse, and I really love that like vibe. Hall and Nash just seem like they're having a genuinely good time and popping each other, and they like start laughing at certain points that are just like completely going off track. And then Syxx interviewed by Giant. Syxx interviews Giant at the end, and he talks about Tanaka being a quality opponent. And then he's like, "Let's go home, Syxx, and watch some Godzilla movies." To wrap things up. Fucking what a wild segment. Absolutely wild.
And wasn't there a part where Giant pretended to talk Japanese?
Yeah, yes.
It's like the toughest part of my life. Something like that. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Kev.
Man, I got so much notes here. I don't even know where to start. So Pat Tanaka's coming down. Then Hall does the line. This is the makings of a real barn burner. I thought that was funny. And I'm thinking in my head he's going to be facing Syxx, because it's the cruiserweight. He's kind of been doing that cruiserweight, and it's fucking Giant. I'm like, oh my god.
So unfair.
And then it's just even funny when Pat Tanaka's coming down with Goldberg's music as well. That's hilarious. Tanaka still looks like to me like he's a teppanyaki chef or something with his outfit. Like he just it's not. It looks like he works at a restaurant or something. I like the line. I think it was Nash who said King Kong is a little monkey compared to this guy, referring to the Giant. That was pretty funny. What was it? What else have I got here? Nash's accent and all the time was I was just crying with laughter. It's Professor Wrestling, for God's sakes! Stuff like that. This accent of his is hilarious. They made a reference to the Paradise Club in Los Angeles. It says it's Giant's special show. What do you have any idea what the hell that is? I felt like it was a little inside reference there from, I think it was Nash.
Where's the Paradise Club?
It says Los Angeles. It says it's Giant special show, whatever that is. It's a strip club.
It's a strip club, yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So they probably
I knew it.
They probably went there and Giant probably got a lap dance or something.
They brought it up in the show. That's great.
Oh, fuck.
Giant imitates throwing a basketball during this, and he looks like he's got a good shot in him. I think he did play.
He played college ball.
College ball,
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
I need to see some footage of that.
Nash and that accent again. It knocks the dickens out of him. What the fuck are you talking about? He's running the ropes like a cat. That was same with that same accent again. I love the bit where Giant finally chokeslams him and he pins him like it's like he's going to kick out, like it's like holding on like real tight, like he's going to kick out. That was great. David Nash mentions here that the pay-per-view in January is called Sold Out. So
Yep.
that train wreck is coming.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait for Blade to see that one.
Ooh.
A couple of other things here. Like, you got to be real quick with the things that they're saying here, because there's things that Kev said that I missed, things that Blade said that I missed, but there's stuff here that hasn't been said. They were talking about the masked referee, and I think Nash said Scott Hall said he's a fine young official. Scott was saying, like, just all the cliche things, when the smoke clears, the squared circle, all is said and done, it's going to be a barn burner, a pure six brawl, just one after another. And after Nash mentioned the Giant was quick as a cat, he said he's like a young Ernie the Cat lad. And that's pretty much all I have there. Dusty and Tony ended the show. Let's move forward, boys. Nitro, November 4th, 1996, Grand Rapids, Michigan, at the Van Andel Arena. 7,568 fans. named after billionaire Jay Van Andel and wife Betty. He was the co-founder of the Amway Corporation, which sells health, beauty, and home care products. And I will say this, unlike some other people that we've heard about that arenas were named after, it seemed like these two were just a nice old couple, and they did a lot of nice things for their town, and you know that they were both kind of the same age, and they both died of at an older age. So you know, it was this sweet. I think he didn't use his billions of dollars to score himself like some sort of like Real Housewife of Grand Rapids type, from those shows where like the women look like they're flammable. Ratings, boys. So as I said before, the Nitro the prior week, 3.6. Raw did a 2.0. This week, though, for the November 4th Nitro, Nitro did a 3.4. Raw did a 2.3. So
Went up a little bit.
So okay, we start the show here. Sting is watching over the building. We got the NWO in the crowd. Tony and Larry are at the desk there. Looks like we got another Tony Schiavone-ism here.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. It's time for another Tony Schiavone-ism, yeah.
I believe he said one of our most important telecasts in the history of WCW Monday Nitro.
Why?
I don't know. I think maybe because Bischoff's gone to talk to Piper. I don't know. But anyway, Blade, any thoughts on the opening here?
Yeah, so there's a Booker Luger rematch after Luger ran out last week. And is this true? So that there's a tournament for the ladies title. Did they call it the ladies title?
I've got women's title in my notes, but they could have said that. I may have missed it.
I don't.
It's the women's title.
It was
right?
the WCW Women's Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, because like in this, they call it the ladies title. I'm like, that is the stupidest name I've ever heard. Like, if it's called the ladies title, that'd be like calling the men's championship the gentleman's title or something. Like, so stupid.
A little side note here from that. I was watching this, like my dad was watching the soccer, and it was like the women's soccer. He was watching that, and he said, I'm just watching the wifeys. I said, Dad, do you realize if you said that like in front of like some women now they'd take offense to that? He's like, it's got like no idea. I was like, why? Like, so wifeys.
That's great.
And then it's so Bischoff is still trying to get the contract sorted for the title. Depressed me greatly that Larry discusses the price of fuel going from 35 cents a liter to $1.30, dating this footage so significantly. Imagine paying that much for fuel in today's economy.
Fucking hell.
It's terrible at the moment. What's going on?
It's so bad, though.
$2.05 today. What's going on?
Really? That's fucked.
Yeah.
Kev, do you have anything for the opening segment here?
Nah, pretty much Blade's covered everything I had in my notes too.
And I guess I'll ahead of time, I'll let everyone know that I lost a whole heap of my notes. So I'm going to be relying heavily on Kev and Blade to make sure that I don't miss anything here. The next segment that I do believe we're looking at here is Diamond Dallas Page taking on Ice Train, who we haven't seen in fucking months, and I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone to Germany by this point, but no. He's back. He's with Teddy Long. Nick Patrick's the referee. And of course, we get a little bit more of the outsiders and their interest in DDP. Big Kev.
Man, I thought Ice Train was awesome here. For someone who's not on TV, he really got the crowd behind him. They really wanted to win this match. He did a great job. We got the outsiders again in the crowd trying to recruit Page. It's continuing on that storyline. But yeah, once again, Ice Train's got Teddy Long, so it's just going to cost him in the end, Ice Train did a great job in this. He did that leapfrog and then into the power slam. The crowd was getting behind him. They loved it.
He's so good.
They really popped when Page pinned him and he and he threw him off, and he landed on top of Nick Patrick. That really got the crowd. They loved that bit.
Right.
That clothesline over the top ropes from Ice Train was really good too. But yeah, I just looked at Ice Train this match and thought, what a waste of opportunity! Like what a explode. He had that I think not everyone's got where he can that fire and that explosion to really kick into gear to get, and the crowd really respond to him. So as I said, like not being on TV, not having anything, no storyline or anything, the crowd still he had that ability to get them involved and wanting him to win this match, which that takes a lot, you know, especially when you've been getting cold matches and nothing. So I think he did an awesome job in this match.
I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it.
But yeah, once again, Nick Patrick affects the finish. DDP hits diamond cutter, gets the win. Yeah, I just put Ice Train, real missed opportunity.
Fair enough. Blade, anything here?
I loved the sell from the kick out when Ice Train lands on Nick Patrick's back, and he sells that so well. It's like he's being shot with a shotgun, like through the back. He looks like he is in agony. It's phenomenal. I do have to call Ice Train out a little bit at the end. I thought, because he gets, blindsided by the outsiders, and they nail him with quite a few like shots with the title, and then he's up like pretty quickly for the finish. Like usually that'd be like, oh, he's down and out for the count, like he's not getting back up. But he was up in like less than 30 seconds. It was nuts.
Right.
I thought it was a bit weird, like that sort of ending to it. But other than that, like I love seeing him back as well. Like Kev said, he has this like sort of way about him in the ring. And again, I know I've made the comparison before, but like I see him as such a like prototype to what Big E ended up becoming. Like I think he even does the splash, like the running splash thing that Big E does as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. There's a lot of comparisons for me, and I'm a big fan of Big E, so I love Ice Train as well.
Yeah.
What you said that with the ending, Blade, it almost seems like they said, "Oh, don't worry about that detail. We just need to get to the diamond cutter." Like,
yeah,
that's the main focus, is him doing that diamond cutter. So it kind of, yeah, I didn't actually catch that until you just mentioned it. Yeah, so that was the reason. Yeah, they could have done it a better way,
Yeah.
Very good, guys. Thank you for the insight. Yes, I'll never understand what happened with Ice Train in WCW, because when I interviewed him, even he was like, I got no idea. I don't think I did anything wrong. I was doing the best I could, and then they had nothing for him, and he was off TV for so long. But anyway,
you'd have thought Vince McMahon would have looked at him and went, "Oh yeah, let's get him on board. Look at the size of this guy,"
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how did he not go further in pro wrestling? Anyway, I do believe, and again, guys, correct me if this is wrong. What we got next up here is Scotty Riggs, one half of the American Males, taking on Dean Malenko. Riggs falls off the top rope, I believe, to the outside, and Bagwell throws him in, and Riggs loses the match here. So obviously we know this is probably headed somewhere. Blade, what did you think?
Yeah, just a couple of things noted throughout the match. On commentary, they say apparently this is the first time that Riggs and Malenko have wrestled one another. He lost some weight apparently during shoulder rehab, so he now qualifies for the cruiserweight division.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, it's not even true. He looks no different. And then yeah, just this, we can very obviously see that this is the beginning of the end for the American Males. Here after a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how we go. Big Kev?
Yeah, we had to follow up on more notes. Psychosis is watching on as well. Obviously eyeing up that title of Malenko, and we've got Syxx in the crowd as well. So I'm sure we're getting. I'm starting to feel like they're going to get a triple threat the next pay-per-view with Psychosis involved, because this is the second time he's kind of like there, involved in watching. So maybe we'll get a triple threat for that title with Malenko, Syxx, and what's his name, Psychosis. But yeah, it was just a bit of dissension here with the American males, and this is we know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be times, Blade, where I pop something in there. But I mean, Buff Bagwell was at the NWO, surely. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter, if he knows. But there's just some people that might join that you might be like, oh, I didn't know that. So again, I'm always trying to ensure that you don't get spoiled from something that's already happened many, many years ago. Anyway, let's move forward. I don't know if I left the t-shirt announcement in there again, but I kind of did, because it's like, I feel like they're getting lazy on the announcements. Like, they haven't done one in a while. It's just the t-shirt one, but
this one is effective though. Buy the shirt.
But at least it's kind of like when Malibu Stacy, but she's got a new hat. So at least like one of the announcements had the hat, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We get highlights of the Giant calling out Jarrett. Then there's a Jarrett interview, guys. Zero ho-hos again. Blade again. Anything here?
Yeah, it was. So I think this is where the wheels fully fell off for me in mine and Kev's downward descent on the Jarrett train.
That's so depressing. Downward descent into the black abyss.
The start of the interview is so weird. Jarrett is like positioning himself sort of as in that leadership role, and then it's like shut down by Benoit and Mongo very, very quickly. But doesn't have like any visible reaction to it. Like, he kind of just fades into the background. I'm like, you would think that he would maybe at least like a bit of a facial reaction, or like a bit of body movement, but he just kind of shuffled back in line, and then that was that. During he's talking about the lack of leadership with WCW, and then it cuts to Sting. He's running through his list of names, and I laughed my ass off when he gets the Nasty Boys and calls them two fat doughboys. It's just like such a lame, shitty insult.
Doughboy. That's an old one.
Yeah. And it's like, God, I found Jarrett. So I've written down specifically, I found Jarrett so unlikable in this promo. I think specifically aligning him as Ric Flair's chosen makes him come across as whiny, entitled, and conceited. I'm not sure if this is what they're necessarily going for, but I am not a fan of him currently.
That's a fantastic note. I really enjoy that, Blade. Very well said. This is a glaring thing that we've been going on about for weeks since he came to WCW. The way the character's been handled, it's just really fucking irritating. And whether he's supposed to be a tweener or not, I don't know. But he's having a hard time, as far as I'm concerned, in this role, and we're all getting pissed off about it. Kev?
Yeah, well, that could tell us a lot with how long he sticks around, because he probably is not enjoying what's going on with him either. Back to this, there was a little bit of Benoit versus Hector Guerrero in here, which is I found amusing. Like, you don't get to see Hector Guerrero too often, so that was pretty cool. Giants in the crowd again with that US title. Same that segment with basically Benoit and Mongo just sort of kind of a little bit shitting on Jarrett, like, you're not a horseman, you're not nothing. And then it's almost like Jarrett goes back to what he was doing after that. Like, if I didn't hear it, it didn't happen. So I'm just like, he just keeps on pretending he was a horseman like that. It never happened, which was kind of odd. As Blade said, there was no like facial, like, there was just nothing. Like, so it was just an odd little segment here.
Yeah, no, it is strange, isn't it? Well, let's move forward again here. Again, Tony, Mike, and Bobby, they're covering the situation with Piper and Hogan again. There's nothing there. Let's just move forward. Uh, Lee Marshall is in St. Petersburg and he's at a Nitro party. And I laughed at Tony Schiavone complaining that Lee Marshall gets to be on the road going to parties whilst we have to be here every Monday. Then following that, guys, Chris Jericho surprise victory on Mr. Wall Street. And this leads to what's going on here with Alan Sharp and Nick Patrick. Kev, what have you got to say here for this?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the other segment on the last Nitro, but just more of this Alan Sharp just fucking hate this guy, which he's doing his job so well, and it's a shame we have no more information on this guy. We could have got him on the Insider's Edge podcast. We could have learned a bit more about this guy. But,
Yeah,
we
man,
don't know
that'll do a
nothing.
lot of views.
I want to watch this guy.
Talk about the 2 times he appeared on television.
like these kind of characters and this kind of stuff, like with Nick Patrick getting this role. I'd love to know the story which led them to be on TV, to someone to know that these guys are entertaining.
I'll send a picture of the guy to Neil Pruitt, and I'll see if Neil can recognize him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do that, and we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll reconfirm. I'm sure this is not the end of this guy either. I'm sure we see him again.
No,
but once again, and Jericho's getting a bit more spotlight here. Teddy Long comes out again. I like when he calls him a player hater. He calls Nick Patrick a player hater. I like that from Teddy Long.
I loved how much Teddy was yelling at him. He's had enough.
And I like when the lawyer accuses Teddy Long of being sacked as a referee, and then Teddy Long sort of is like, oh, doesn't know what to say after that, which is just kind of funny.
Drama. Blade.
Jericho accuses, says it's been a premeditated plan that's executed by Nick Patrick. So yeah.
Yeah, very cute, Chris. Very cute. Blade, anything else?
Yeah, Jericho's calling out Nick Patrick again for being a flunky of the NWO and on their payroll. Alan Sharp makes the very obvious and cringy Walls of Jericho reference that has been made millions of times throughout Jericho's career. And then refers to his dad, Ted, as an NHL goon.
Where do you get off talking about his father? You're supposed to be a lawyer.
Yeah, right. It's where's the respect? I love that they're talking about obviously him being on the payroll and they're trying to defend himself, and then they inconspicuously cut to DiBiase and Vincent in the crowd just watching along, fully implicating them and orchestrating this whole thing as a watcher of television. And then just the Alan Sharp, as Kev mentioned, bringing up Teddy Long's checkered past as a ref who has made his own infractions. And then Jericho, I don't know where in this he says it, but he essentially is trying to defend Teddy Long and comes out with the everyone makes mistakes line. And I was like, brilliant defense, Chris. Very profound.
Very good, guys. I didn't really have much to add there. Nothing at all, really. After this, Lex Luger beat Booker T. And I think Robert Parker screwed everything up here. So Sherry's yelling at Robert Parker and Sting is watching on. Is there anything really there? I mean, I'm just kind of, continuing the thread here with Sting kind of watching from afar. Yep. Tony, Bobby, and Mike with Eric on the phone. Eric is having problems with Piper's management. Blade, what do you think? What do you make of this?
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, bringing him in, and I guess this probably buys them time, and also not having him appear, and then building up that sort of hype to the match. Whereas they haven't had him show up on either Nitro so far. I love that. So apparently Piper is filming a movie. Eric is like, I'm going to follow him to the movie set to continue the negotiations. I love that there was a reference in there where he's like, discusses the colossal egos on Piper and Hogan. That's sort of just like this throwaway comment, but I'm like, brilliant. Love it. And then, yeah, I love also Brain making quite an astute observation here and pointing out that Hogan will likely use all of this to stall the negotiations and use this as a point of rebuttal against one Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Kev, anything?
No, they're just sort of building on trying to like sign this match like it's a big deal. That's pretty much what they're trying to do here. I'm guessing anyway. So like will he, won't he, sort of deal. But yeah, nothing much here.
Yeah, cool. And we get to the end of this episode of Nitro. So there wasn't too much on this episode as it pertained to the New World Order from Grand Rapids, Michigan. But again, we get the NWO entrance. Hogan is out there with Ted and Giant. He promotes Santa with muscles and he poses to end the show the second week in a row. Of course, he says some things, and I'm going to throw to Kev to find out if there was anything that he found interesting that Hogan said here.
Yeah, I like in Santa with muscles, the clip, the Santa sort of had Santa Hogan had a little bit of a handicap match against two criminals in the movie. I thought that was pretty cool. Hogan sort of directed to Ted Turner saying if he doesn't get an invite to the Cable Ace Awards, he says he'll crash the awards if he's not invited. So I don't know what that was to do with, but anyway. Yeah, more making fun of Piper, just antagonizing him for the match, calling it a mini skirt again for his kilt. And yeah, there's not much here. It's kind of similar end to the show. There's the last week. It had actually a lot of similar segments on both shows. It was watching, like I had to rewatch again because it was like I got confused which Nitro was which because it's so similar. Once again, I thought it was a very lackluster ending to the show. I want to see something more, but yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, if Jeff Jarrett had his way, we would also be getting confused if it was Nitro or Saturday Night. Blade, anything for the final segment here on the November 4th Nitro? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, I did find it funny that this, in a lot of ways, this almost felt like at least a decent chunk of this promo was just a really glorified cheap plug for Santa with muscles. He says, sure to be an Academy Award winner. I just laughed at that. I was like, okay. Good stuff.
No chance.
A quick turnaround on Hogan, doing exactly what Brain said he would do, and utilizing Piper stalling against him, calls him out for ducking him, and then calls him a sissy, which I was like, again, just a really old school insult.
A sissy, doughboy. We're getting all the classics here.
Yeah.
Boys, let's bring these words back. Let's use them in everyday.
I love doughboy.
Yeah,
that's a great.
I don't know if you can use sissy. I think it has some pretty negative connotations these days.
Okay, sissy boy.
Yeah, I agree with Kev. It does feel weird to have had Nitro end the same way 2 weeks in a row, and is quite anticlimactic. I don't know if it's because obviously they're trying to build throughout the show with all the stuff that's going on with Hogan and Piper, and so it means that they're not capping the episodes off with anything. Yeah, and then Piper's also not present, so they're not being able to build any heat that way. But yeah, it's I think 1 week is excusable, but 2 sort of raises the question, were they actually treading water here for a little bit until they could move forward for whatever reason.
Yeah,
it's not only with that segment, the lawyer segment as well with Nick Patrick was very similar. Plus the Jeff Jarrett promo is the same. It's there was a lot of stuff they've used again, like with both shows, which made it a bit of a
Booker T wrestled
stale.
Lex Luger, and Sting was watching along.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
a lot of similar stuff to both shows, and yeah, I really hope they change it up next episode.
Yeah, I mean, and Outsiders with DDP. Anything that was kind of different on the second episode that wasn't even a thing on the first one is the beginning of the Bagwell Riggs thing. But
How's that? And how's this now in modern wrestling? This is what happens every week. The same thing. So, but
yeah, maybe
know what I mean?
maybe they just felt like, okay, like the pay-per-views here, we've got to stretch this out a little bit. We don't have Piper for these shows, but maybe they're also thinking we should let it breathe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just guesstimating. Okay, we'll get through this now. We're right near the tail end here, everybody who's been watching along here. WCW Saturday Night, November 9th, 1996, Georgia Mountain Center in Gainesville, Georgia. Don't need to come up with a fun fact because I've already talked about the Georgia Mountain Center in the past. So check out an
thank
old
goodness.
episode to find out about it, everyone. Like they give a shit. Tony Dusty again opening the show. Blah, blah, blah. We get it, guys. Okay. I can't keep asking you guys every single episode what you thought of what Tony and Dusty had to say, unless you really felt like there was something important said here.
keep going.
Thank you. Duggan gets DQ'd by Nick Patrick in the next matchup as he wrestles Lord Steven Regal. Nick runs off with Regal, and then there's a Duggan promo. Blade.
We missed a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was a match between Juvie and Psychosis, the American males.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any of that, so please.
It was a similar thing. Was a bit of dissension between the two, sort of building that story of something going to happen there. So yeah, that was all it was. It wasn't,
Did they
it wasn't a hell
win?
of a lot. No, the American
males
males.
lost.
They
No,
lost to Hoovie and
Yeah.
Psycho. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I never.
Yeah,
I can't remember that at all.
I think it was the other way around this time. Was it Bagwell getting cost the match because of Riggs? Something like that. Anyway, yeah, it was like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Boys, my bad. Again, my notes are all messed up here. So, yes, Blade, Duggan, and in the situation with Nick Patrick here and his interview afterward.
Yeah, it just this is one of those things where it's just like Duggan is just unhinged and he's yelling at the camera at points. And I'm like, is he speaking English? I can't understand him while he's yelling. And so I'm like trying to follow along, but none of it is coherent to me.
Again, we've kind of seen this already before, haven't we? We've seen the thing with Duggan and Nick Patrick in the taped fist.
Yeah, and then calling out Hogan for not shooting straight with him about what he's doing. We've also kind of seen this as well, right? Like this isn't the first time he's touched on Hogan.
He called out Hogan
they've
like
had no interaction.
Did he
Months
call
ago.
Hogan out like 4 months ago or something like that? Wanted to
Yeah.
challenge him and nothing ever happened and he was never even responded to over it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kev, anything?
Duggan started going on a little tangent for like 5 seconds. He was like really serious, and he just like the way he was talking was very like you just like that. And I was like, do more of that. I like that. And then he went back to his normal sort of
Tough guy.
Yeah, the sort of half-wit Duggan we all know and love. But yeah, he went serious for like 5 seconds. Like I was like, okay, do more of that. I like that. But no, that was it.
Well, whatever. I still think Duggan and Hogan should have had a match. Yes, I know it probably wouldn't have been very good, and Dave Meltzer would have. I reckon it would have been fine. Dave Meltzer would have been like, "Oh my god! I mean, can you believe that they actually put Duggan against Hogan? I mean, my god." Speaking of another rematch, DDP and Ice Train here. You got to be kidding me.
Fuck, I swear. I'm like,
Dude,
I was like,
this is 4 times in 2 weeks. You're lucky Jim Powers didn't wrestle also on the same episode as Ice Train. Fucking hell. Anyway, Blade. Again, anything here?
No, I did laugh that they called it an international object instead of a foreign object.
Why? Like, well, why
So
be
stupid.
why be so like?
It's
touchy about that?
politically correct.
Yeah,
it's not foreign, it's
hang on.
international.
You have to be politically correct about that, but on NWO Saturday Night, Nash
The
said Pat
Wa-cha-ching.
Sensei, the incredible 7th degree black belt, Chow, Ang, Ang, and you've got Giant going whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're calling it an international object. That's hilarious to me. That's really, honestly, I didn't even pick up on it.
Yeah, someone in the HR department's like, we gotta start making some changes around here. Shit.
Okay, Big Kev, anything?
I just saw my notes, just like, how the fuck is Nick Patrick allowed to ref this match? Like, is Teddy Long saying, guys, I don't want him to ref. Can we have someone else? Because I'm getting screwed. Look at the footage. There's nothing. It's the same. It's just getting screwed. It's like, why even do the match? You know you're not going to win.
You know
at
what?
this point.
I'm
He
gonna
must
look
know
back.
that.
I'm gonna look back when this began, and I want to count how many times it's happened, and I'll bring that number next episode because it's
Teddy-
fucking ridiculous.
Or at least Teddy Long should say to his client, listen, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. I'm not coming out. All right? I don't want to affect your match. I'm leaving the towel behind, and now I'm going to stay behind. Okay? Good luck. Off you go.
It's just ridiculous. Like, by now, Teddy should have made a big stink about it, you know, just like Lex should have tried to contact Sting at home, you know. But again, this is wrestling, and I did laugh at Teddy again, getting in Nick's face and yelling that he was in his corner, because he was. And the fact that Nick Patrick was somehow distracted long enough for DDP to hit him with the knucks. It's just comical every time. Jarrett interview, guys. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Did he just do one?
He's on, like, he's got an interview in every
he
single
had one on
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single show is
this
on.
now by this point, guys, this is the fourth episode of television here that we've watched in this what we've got here. And Kev, I think I just saw you do that down your face.
I did not mean that.
I thought you were doing it on purpose.
I was, yeah. It's my inner anger coming out. Like, fucking
Look,
yeah.
I don't want to keep like repeating ourselves, but when
He's stepping up to the plate. He's going
Yeah.
to be there for WC. It's the same shit. Oh my god.
so fucked up.
So he's going to get a rematch with the Giant at World War III.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's just get to NWA Saturday Night. Here.
I had in my notes here. There was a little ha ha ho 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 here.
Oh, was there?
There was three.
I want to think. Ho 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 ho.
The fact of the matter.
That did not come to.
Really? Okay, I'm going to have to look
Yeah,
back.
add it to the highlight reel of those ha ha.
We need to get a running counter, I feel like, of a couple of these things. Like
Yeah.
Jarrett laughing, Larry referring to the NWO as the New World Order. I feel like needs its own counter.
Fuck, man. Jesus Christ.
Amount
Just-
of times Ice Trains wrestled DDP.
All right, let's just get to NWO Saturday Night here, guys. We've got Syxx, and he's in the cruiserweight tournament here. It seems like he should have wrestled Tanaka, and maybe the Bounty Hunter should have wrestled the Giant, but you know. So Bounty Hunter here is 6'5", and apparently a lean 325 pounds. From Oakland, California, he's 52-12. Voted most likely to offend, and way big for a cruiserweight. Big Kev, I'm throwing it to you here for your thoughts on NWO Saturday Night.
This bounty hunter character. Have you got any info on this guy?
I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, actually, I think I did look him up too because he looked familiar to me. His face was very familiar, but I couldn't find much. I laugh how Nash said it was sold out, but there's no one in the crowd. There's no one there. So that was Nash said he looked like he hasn't showered in 10 to 15 days. This guy.
Yeah.
They kept him and Hall kept on calling him Fat Boy, and he's not even that. He's not even fat. Like he wasn't
he
that
was,
fat.
yeah.
He's just kind of burly. If he wasn't. He wasn't. I wouldn't say he's fat. I thought this jobber was a bit more aggressive than the rest. He was really laid into Syxx. Um, uh, it's Nash again. My goodness gracious! He said that line that made me laugh. I just thought, yeah, him and Nash were hilarious here. And then afterwards, I don't know. I'm not sure what this reference was. They said something about like Syxx being 220, 221, whatever it takes. What was that all about? Do you know what that is?
Was it is it his weight? Sometimes he's
Yeah, it fluctuates between 220 221.
Yeah, I think
whatever it takes.
I think they were just trying to come up with like the most like boring bit of information to talk about. I don't know. I'm just guessing again. Blade, do you have anything here for me for this one?
There was some good stuff. I laughed immediately when the bounty hunter's making his way down. Nash states that he looks like he hasn't washed in 10 to 15 days. Syxx comes out, they're gassing him up, saying he looks buff and tan, clearly because he's been hanging with the outsiders. The first time they saw him, he screamed money. Nash refers to the referee as Dr. X.
Why? Did he call him the Master Assassin a few weeks ago?
Nash says that the bounty hunter was in fact not in the beginning of A Time to Kill, but was there for stand-ins. He then tells the bounty hunter to shut up, fat boy, and wrestle.
That's great.
Syxx hangs him on the ropes, and Nash and Hall are slapping the absolute shit out of him. And then Nash references, he goes, the bounty hunter's going to be making a trip to one place, the salad bar. They're really smashing in on the whole weight thing. That's cracking me up. And then, I had the thing about the 220, 221, and also Syxx is calling himself the swinger. I don't know if he's referencing his dick, but
it's just like they're constantly referencing shit that I can't figure out what they're going on about half the time, but I still find it funny. I don't know. Look, I was trying to find out any information about the bounty hunter. I found nothing, but I will keep looking. I think that might have been the first Bronco Buster. Without the busting, though. I think he just hit him with a crotch to the chest in the corner, and then that was it. But I did laugh. I don't know if either of you mentioned this, but as Bounty Hunter was exiting the ring, Nash went over and punched him in the side of the head as he was exiting. Just like over the rope, just like one more for the road. Just doing whatever they want. Anyway, there's a Sting video package, and then Tony and Dusty kind of finish off here on WCW Saturday Night from whatever date it was. I don't have it written down. Doesn't matter. So there we have it, guys. Any final kind of like thoughts here before we find out what Dave Meltzer had to say? I'm throwing it to you, Blade.
It's interesting because like the ratings obviously like would tell us that like they're still riding on quite a high, but like critically, I guess reflecting on what we've all talked about, these may have been two of the weaker episodes of Nitro that we've reviewed in more recent history. If I'm being perfectly honest, like there were quite a number of things I was like, didn't enjoy that, or like could have been better. So yeah, I mean, great that it's still like going gangbusters. But it did, referencing back to what we were talking, 10 minutes ago, it does feel like they're treading water for whatever reason, whether it's creative or timing or logistics or whatever it might have been. But yeah, bit of a weird anomaly at this point.
Yes, well, Big Kev, we've kind of seen this angle through. I didn't really remember these episodes, but I did remember Hogan posing, and it happening more than once. But what were any final thoughts from yourself?
Yeah, I have to agree with Blade. It has been two of the, yeah, the most. I don't know. They're a bit plain, I guess. But the thing is, when you look, I'm just quickly look through all my notes of the stuff that happened. There is actually a lot of things that progress storylines as well. You do have things that are involved in storylines. You got the American males. You got this little dissension there. There's all little bits and pieces in the show that there is things happening. So I think because we're so used to the show being must see and a lot of shit's happening, and the end segment is really like, oh wow, what's going to happen next week? I think we've been kind of spoiled. So when we get something like this where it's kind of like Hogan posing at the end, it's kind of, we feel like the shows are not as good, but there's still a lot of business achieved during the show. But yeah, they're not up to the standard of the shows we've seen up to this point. I think these ones are a bit like, okay, what's next week?
It almost kind of feels like, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly before Halloween Havoc, but it kind of feels like we're starting to settle into the fact that they're kind of a part of the. It's not this looming threat that's going to invade at any given time. They're kind of like got their own little portion of the building, but it's almost like, how many times can you do that with them invading the show or whatever out of the blue? So maybe we're just getting to like this settling phase of just they're a part of.
Do you feel in hindsight there should have been some sort of fight back at this point by WCW? For some sort of retaliation, or some sort of group to combat them to.
Well, I think that I don't know, because as Kevin Sullivan said to Nash, he wants the hot air balloon to be like of heat to be as big as possible. Anytime someone gets one over on the NWO, it lessens the heat. So I think they wanted to really keep the NWO's influence on what they've done to WCW have caused such drama and dissension that they can't even get it together to form a group to finally fight against them, because the end, look at what's happened. I mean, Sting's depressed, changed his colors. Lex is kind of lost. He's lost without his best friend. He hasn't really been worried about the NWO. He's been worried about this, and the Horsemen have fallen out with Luger, and now Arn's on the shelf, Rick's on the shelf, Jarrett's talking on the mic every week. Everyone's upset, but I don't know. Maybe not yet. I don't think that they could have possibly put together something, but that's where things are supposed to get interesting as we get towards the end of the year. Anyway, let's get to what Dave Meltzer had to say.
That's right, it's time to find out what did Dave Meltzer say.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'd have to give that 5 stars.
Rumor has it that Mabel is going to be the third guy.
Boys, not too much here though, but it is funny how he says things that didn't happen or never happened. Since Raw is 1 hour and Nitro is 2 hours, WCW is planning to capitalize on it by splitting Nitro into 2 shows. The first hour will be NWO Nitro and will be the NWO show, while the second hour will be WCW show. No word on when this will go into effect, but it's the current plan. And the guy who wrote the recap of this Observer from, I believe, November 11th, 96, wrote in brackets, never happened. I reckon that's something where someone just fucked with him, just told him something that was not going to happen.
What do you think of that concept?
I think that I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever, that within the same building. Now we're in charge of the show because we're at the 1 hour mark. No. Like, why would the NWO just, okay, now you're in charge? Bullshit. Like, they're not listening to WCW. Have they listened to them once? No. That's so stupid. Anyway.
Also, what would be the formatting of that show? Because, like, if you're NWO for the first hour, well, are they going to wrestle each other? Which surely not, because they're in the same faction. Or they're going to wrestle WCW guys. So, like, then it's just an episode of Nitro. Like, I don't understand the logic in that at all. It's fucking, yeah.
It just sounds like nonsense to me. Jeff Jarrett injured his ankle during a match with John Tenta, but it's not being acknowledged because WCW already has enough real and worked injuries going on. So he'll still be on TV cutting promos, but won't wrestle for a few weeks. They're planning on doing on an NWO pay-per-view in January. Dave doesn't know how they'll manage to pull off a 3-hour show of just NWO guys. Are you fucking thick? What's gonna happen, dickhead? Syxx is gonna wrestle Vincent. Like, think! They're not wrestling each other, you idiots. Oh my god, he's so... For someone who's been following wrestling for decades, like a 10-year-old can figure this out. Of course it's gonna be NWO versus WCW, you dolt. Oh my god, I'm glad that I don't read this before I read it to you guys. Fucking hell. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of going to the point I just made about if they'd split Nitro, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
God,
like,
he's so thick, bro. He's just thick. No updates on the Randy Savage contract situation. He's going to continue to work house shows until his contract expires, but isn't booked for any more TV until a new deal is reached. Savage wants to only work 100 dates per year and also wants a big raise. Okay. Ric Flair finally has shoulder surgery this week and may be out of action longer than previously expected. The current plan when he's ready to return is for Hall and Nash to attack his 19-year-old son David, which would lead to a match with the Horsemen versus the NWO. Although Meltzer has heard that this angle might be dropped now that word has leaked out, which Dave says is stupid, but WCW seems more interested in surprising people than they are with running angles that make sense and make money. What? Blade? Anything there? It's so confusing, all of that.
Yeah, What is the timeline for David coming into WCW?
He doesn't come until like January 1999.
Yeah, right. So it's still quite a way off.
Like 2.5 years. 2.5 years
Jesus
away.
Christ. Yeah, and I get the throwaway commentary of it all, but it's like they're not interested in angles that are making money. Those motherfuckers at the moment with the NWO stuff and what they've got going on over there, like merch sales and whatnot, they'd be fucking printing money. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just so confused. Like, why would they have a current plan when Rick's had shoulder surgery and will be out of action longer than previously expected? Like,
yeah, there's no ETA. Like, so why would you be planning for that?
Like, well, they've already planned that they're going to beat up his teenage son. I don't know, like, this is what we'll do. And then, yeah, when Dave calls, we'll let him know everything. And then, like, I just think, I don't understand. Like, so someone's come up with this idea, and then I guess the idea gets told to Dave. So now it's out there, and now Dave says, well, word is now leaked. Well, don't leak word then, Dave. Don't leak word. And you think it's stupid? Well, don't leak the word. Fuck. Anything, Kev?
He's just a doughboy.
Okay, I got 3 more things here, guys. Hulk Hogan will be making media rounds this week to promote his movie Santa with Muscles, which I have watched. Those playing at home.
Yeah, I have to watch that.
It's you'll find it funny, just because of how bad it is.
Just another example of Carl wasting my time.
This time it's like 2 hours or something. This I think is bullshit, right? One of the reasons they're doing the current angle with Sting not wrestling or appearing on many shows is because his contract called for a maximum number of dates per year, and WCW only had a few dates left that he's required to work. So WCW is trying to use him as sparingly as possible.
Why would he have such a huge focus on the like? Oh my god!
And I don't believe Sting wrestles until I don't think he actually has an actual match until like Starcade '97. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a match before then. So I just don't. It just seems like he's just making that up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but them saying it's due to like the dates. Wouldn't him appearing on the show be classified as working a date, even if he's not wrestling?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be on most of them.
Like Roman Reigns at the moment has the dates he does, but he's not always wrestling on them. He's just on the show.
Yeah,
So that would be a date that he's of his contract. So that doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway,
Sting, you're in the crowd. You're doing your bit. We need you to wrestle tonight. No. Sorry, I can only be in the rafters because that's not classified as a date. That's not true. Fuck off, eh?
Fuck off.
And the last thing, it's not really that
boy.
interesting. But Halloween Havoc buy rate is reportedly higher than last year's. No shit. And some are even saying it did double the buy rate of the WWF's last pay-per-view, but Dave wasn't able to verify that yet.
Surprise.
And apparently it was close, but it didn't quite double the pay-per-view buys of the latest WWF pay-per-view. And there we go, boys. We found out what Dave Meltzer had to say for here, episode 19, Hogan Must Pose. Blade, do you have any final things you want to say to anyone out there watching this right now?
Yeah, please save us from these Jeff Jarrett promos. Even though they're already locked in stone and were recorded almost 30 years ago. No, again, it's good to be back with you guys. You know, things are ticking away slowly. We're trying to get as much content as we can onto the channel with all the different stuff that's going on. You know, please keep trying to support us, you know, and we keep trying to push out as much as we can. And, you know, hopefully we can get other little bits and pieces. I know you and I have talked about trying to get some gaming stuff up in the longer holidays towards the end of the year. So, yeah, we'll keep plugging along.
Yes, we do keep plugging along. And I had an interesting little chat with Corey, who's one of our biggest supporters of the podcast. So we appreciate you, Corey Quinn. But yeah, like I was talking to him about it, and he was like, you know, maybe trying to like come up with some sort of like idea or solution. And I think he was like, you know, maybe like the infrequency of the episodes coming out might hurt a little bit, you know, because it used to be once every 2 weeks, then it became 3, then maybe nearly 3.5. And I'm like, well, bro, like I so totally would fucking hammer home as hard as possible and get edits done quicker and release them. But when you have things like that NWO Saturday Night episode go out and like not even like 30 people had watched the episode in like the space of 2 weeks or something, whatever it was, 30 or 40. I was like, why would I bust my ass if I can't even get the thing in the algorithm? And I can't. There's so many wrestling related things that seem to at least get several hundred to 1,000 views. But why would I bust my hump and go crazy with the edits if it's just not there, you know? Like I'll just do it, you know, at my own pace so I don't lose my mind. But that's just how I feel about it, you know? Not that I don't appreciate who's already watching, but I kind of still feel like we're doing this podcast for ourselves to rewatch later and have a laugh at. So, and that's fine. Kev, any final thoughts and also where people can find you?
Yeah, just be more like Corey. Do what Corey does. Corey writes a comment on the episodes. We might
leave a comment. Please leave a comment.
Yeah.
All of you.
Tell us. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I mean, you may look at things like, oh, we didn't get enough views of this and that. Man, I feel like we've, you know, the channel's grown over the time and we've got 174 subscribers and we get people watching us talk about guys wrestling in their underwear, you know, like, so it's a bit of fun for us at the end of the day. And, you know, I'm cool with that if we're getting a bit of growth but yeah, just be more like Corey and just tell us some ideas of what you think of what should be happening on the show or anything so we can have some sort of discourse and back and forth and have fun, keep it fun. But yeah, you can catch me on all the social media platforms as Kevin Curran Music, except X, which I'm Hail Mary Kev. And my band is Hail Mary. So we're on pretty much every platform as Hail Mary Band, except for Facebook, which is Hail Mary Band page. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
All right, very good, guys. Well, yes, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It doesn't need to be. I don't want it to be huge, but I want it to be like, I want to know like 30 or 40 people that like us and want to talk to us and want to be involved. But again, before I go, I wanted to show this thing. So this is the WCW NWO Mold and Mash wrestlers set. So it comes in this package here. And what you could do is, I guess you have these molds of the rest of Hogan, Sting, I think Hall and Nash or something like that. So that's what was inside the package here. And you'd make out of like Play-Doh or clay or some shit, a mold of a wrestler. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't understand what you'd do with it. To make a mold of a wrestler and then what you play with them. I don't know.
I found my Hollywood Hogan. His head snapped off, but I snapped it back on. It's because it came off.
Into it.
Yeah, his head was in a different box to his body. So I was like, oh no, and then you had to like really wedge it in. It clips in. It's like so.
Ah,
yeah. So Hogan's back in action now.
Excellent. Where's your WCW match played?
He's like, I'm a nerd, but not that much of a fucking nerd.
I wish I could show you guys all the stuff behind me. I have a room filled with shit. I'll take you on a walking tour sometime.
Well, excellent.
NWO cribs. nWBro's cribs.
Yep, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank all of you out there for joining us here on the nWBro's podcast here, episode 19, Hogan Must Pose. And we will see you down the road. Thank you.